Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Soul Sister Show with hosts Sue and Anne. And today we have Thursday, February 11th, 2021. And we are a live call-in show, so call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 213 943-3587. So it's a +1 before the number. And you can call us for questions or get a free mini reading live on air or just chat with us, share a story, a spiritual story or anything that's in your heart. And if you want to talk with us live on the show, press 1, or you can also go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live. scrollsofthesoul.com/live to listen live and text chat with us during our shows. And I'm Anne, coming to you live from Rhodes in Greece. And we are in the middle of February, so actually today we had 18 degrees Celsius here. That's wonderful. That's like a Swedish summer day, just to be very frank. So of course it's wonderful, it's nice. But right now we have some air here, so the wind is blowing. So I have no clue, maybe we will have some rain, but that's okay. We need rain from time to time. Anyway, sorry for my voice. And on today's show we will hold open lines and giving you psychic advice and talk about the chakras and their meaning. Plus your calls, of course, because it's open lines, guys. So just call in. We'd love to talk to you. Call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, or why not join us in the chat room at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And we are always a live call-in worldwide radio, broadcasting today from Arizona in the U.S. and Rhodes in Greece. So we are all over the globe in 2 places, right? That's wonderful. And once again, guys, give us a ring at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and today we are holding open lines, so we just long to talk to you. Call us, and remember to press 1 to talk with us live on the show. Or why not listen live and text chat with us during the show at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And on today's show, we will be holding open lines and giving psychic advice, like usual, of course, and talking about the chakras and their meaning. So give us a ring at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number. And you can also join us in the chat room at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. It's almost like singing, isn't it? And we are a live call-in worldwide radio, broadcasting today from Arizona in the U.S. and Rhodes in Greece. One is a desert and the other one is an island, but we have very similar weather actually, so that's quite funny. And if you haven't listened to us before, we are the show that discusses the Akashic Records, Soul Realignment, healing modalities in general. And we love, of course, to talk about any and all spiritual topics. And we are always a live call-in worldwide radio, so that's why we always ask you to call in. Give us a ring at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and we are eagerly awaiting your call. So please call in and get your spot in the queue right now. We currently have listeners in 27 countries and growing, and that blows my mind. It's absolutely fantastic, and thank you so much for listening to our show and entrusting us with your questions and interacting with us. We're so honored. You can find us on YouTube. You just search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio directly on YouTube and subscribe and like our videos. Now let me bring on my co-host for Soul Sisters, Sue, all the way from nice weather, Arizona, U.S. Hi, Sue. How are you?
I'm good. All the way from nice weather, U.S. That was pretty good. Yes, it is.
I have to try to make a joke of everything.
Yeah, right. Well, compared to our hot summers, you are correct. It is nice weather, Arizona. Oh, geez. Yeah, we probably have similar temperatures. You and I are always running around the same temperature here. And I gotta laugh because one of the first things you and I end up bringing up is the weather, and I'm thinking, that sounds like a bunch of old ladies who talk about the weather.
Yes.
But
or shy people don't have anything else to talk about, right?
Right. Well, I mean, we're both coming from different sides of the world, So yeah, I guess
we are.
The weather is one aspect of something you could talk about.
I just have to tease you a little bit, and myself as well, because I remember last week we talked actually about checking the lines. What do you call them in English? Ley lines, to see if we are on the same ley line. But no one checked that. Neither did you, neither I.
No,
I forgot about it.
No, actually I did. I'm going to redo it again, so don't quote me, guys. 35th parallel is what I believe we both sit on, but I'm not 100% sure. Something I was looking at on YouTube, a video that I was watching on YouTube. I won't get into who it was and what it was, but in the context of this video, the parallels were brought up, and the first parallel that was brought up was the 35th. So I went, okay, just for the heck of it, just for fun, I'm going to Google the 35th parallel to see where it sits. And I was like, oh my God, that's coming right through where I am. And then I just kind of went around the world, and it was where you are. So I'm going to re-look at that.
Interesting.
Because there's definitely some meaning to, because there's the 34th, the 33rd, the 32nd, the 31st, the 30th parallels. It's the way in which the world, when you look at the world and you go to the top of the world, and there's that first ring, and then there's a second ring, and those, and third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, those rings are what are called the parallels around the world. It's an interesting to look at. I'm just kind of fascinated by it because there are ley lines. Once you start getting into different countries, you start to observe different ley lines, and you can see that there are pyramids in these countries. So that there's definitely something on the mystical side that's going on. Not all the pyramids are obvious.
But
Go ahead,
no,
Sissy.
I don't know. I don't think that there are pyramids in Greece, but there are other power places, different other types of stuff here. And of course, it's a very old history. It's an ancient history. So it's extremely strong energy here, and I always feel it because I'm overly sensitive, and that makes sense, right? Just like you are. So this is the place for me to heal. This is the place to come back into my own energies.
To fill up your energy, so to speak, to fill up your battery, to re-energize your battery.
Yeah.
That's completely understandable. For us here in the desert, we go north and go up into the mountains, and we start to get into the red rocks of Sedona. And that area specifically is an extremely spiritual area and a parallel area where you have a lot of native history, right? And then you start getting into visitation. So you get into alien visitation. Yeah. You see them, when you go up there into those power places, you can see ships that come in. A lot of people, there's a lot of pictures and video footage of people up there. It's a big area, and it's absolutely beautiful red clay area. So it's definitely a power center, a power place. There's a lot of history, a lot of native historical history up there. So it's quite interesting. It's an interesting place. So,
yes, it is. Of course, I've only read about it. I still haven't met you in person. Yeah, I feel like I know you for 1,000 years and more.
Yeah. That's all right. That's the soul connection, Sissy.
I know.
You've had that for eons.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to have you kind of finish up. You want to finish up with what it is you've got to say just before I move into some of the topic, and maybe we'll take some questions either in the chat or phone call.
Actually, yeah. So you took over, right? I'm just kidding you. Grabbing the opportunity. But I just love that. That's why, it's becoming so full of energy. And everybody listening, thank you for your patience, and we're soon going to come for your questions and calls or whatever it is. But I have a few things I need to tell you still. So it's still a great time to get your spot in the queue now. So call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and today we hold open lines for your questions and whatever you want. If you want a mini reading, if you want to share something with us, whatever you want. So just call us, or why not listen live and text chat with us during our show at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Sue for a personal reading, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And of course, you can find out more about Scrolls of the Soul Radio at scrollsofthesoul.com. How logic, right? Now, we are really looking forward to talk to you, so join us. Call in live on air at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and if you want to talk with us, and this is very important, press 1, because we won't, if you don't press 1, we out of respect for you, we won't bring you on the show. So, or you can just go and text chat with us at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And before we move on with today's show, let's recap what last show was all about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What's the thing? Thinking, okay, Ann wants to recap last show. What week is it? The second week? So, yeah, last week I'm brain farting as you're talking. Last week, which is the first of the month, we get into the Akashic Records and Soul Realignment. And, yeah, I had to think there for a minute. Okay, what did we talk about? And what we try to do each week of the first of the month is get into a specific area of the Akashic Records to give you guys, our audience, and listeners, some information as to what it is we as practitioners do. So basically, in a nutshell, you can say that we're going into a record for a client, and we're there to retrieve very detailed, pertinent information for that client. And the reason it comes out detailed is because we are extremely specific in our questioning. It's not a fly-by-night questioning, like, okay, well, just give me a general reading. It really isn't. It's very specific. And the answers are really specific. So what we like to do once a month with you guys is just give you a little inside info on what it is we do and how we, as practitioners, go into the records. So all last week basically was about what are the Akashic Records? What does that mean and what are they? And I don't even think, to be quite honest, just due to time constraints, that we got through all of it. I think we got through maybe the first two aspects that we wanted to speak about. So, most likely we'll get into the, some more information next month, so it may end up being like a part 1, part 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and if you didn't get a chance to listen live, you can go into soulswiththesoul.com/path and listen to that show from last week. So,
yeah,
great. My overall.
Actually, it was a great show last week. So.
Yeah, it was. Well, we just get some really great callers. We're very privileged that way. I really appreciate our callers. And guys, if you are in the queue, just hang on a little bit. We'll try to get over to you soon. I know we've got some questions in the chat room as well. So just hang on for a little bit longer and we'll be there.
Yes.
Yeah. So before we get into today's topic, which is going to be about chakras, and this is the first time Ann and I believe it's the first time we've brought up chakras, right? I don't think we've ever brought up the chakras. So what I'd like to do first is I always pull cards for our callers and listeners. So I grabbed a couple today, and this pertains to all of us. And these are from John Holland, I think, Spirit Messages. I love this deck because it's an amazing, unique deck. It has a lot of good information. And I don't think I've ever pulled the first or second card I'm going to read out to you guys. The first one is Inspire Passion. And that one says, life devoid of passion can be a boring, uninspired, I really need glasses, blank canvas that slowly drains the soul. Now is the time to reignite your passion and rejoin life. This is an opportunity to set new goals, which will in turn reconnect you with all that is sacred. And the second one is soul solitude. Your soul needs attention. There are moments when it is important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet, a place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, a time to reflect, a time for you. I thought, wow, those were, both pretty good cards. Both one inspiring and one kind of telling you to, rejuvenate. One being the passion side.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Absolutely beautiful cards.
So, like we said, today we're going to just talk a little bit about chakras. And again, this may be a part 1, part 2 series. We try to do open lines as much as possible, but always bring in a topic as well. And usually take about 15 minutes just to kind of discuss the topic. So today is, of course, the chakras. And the first chakra, which is in the lower part of the body, is the root chakra. And the root chakra represents our foundation. It's on the human body, as it sits at the base of the spine and gives us a feeling of being grounded. The root chakra is open. When the root chakra is open, we feel confident in our ability to withstand challenges and stand on our own 2 feet. When it's blocked, we feel threatened, as if we're standing on unstable ground, or kind of standing in quicksand. And usually for us as Reiki healers, and me as a Reiki master, I can quickly see it when I connect with the chakra. If the chakra is small, spinning in the opposite direction, if it's not giving off the color it should be, it tells me that someone's on very unstable ground. So I can quickly see that energetically. That chakra specifically is an earth color. It's a red. And the stone, I believe, is a hematite, I believe. You can look this up. This stuff is readily available to everybody. So let's see. It's located, like I said, at the base of the spine in the tailbone area. It controls survival issues such as financial independence, money, and food. The mantra for that is, I can't grow from an unsteady foundation. And really, when you think about it, if you're in quicksand, you're definitely not growing. So
yes. No, you can't.
That makes a lot of sense.
And, it's one of the basis chakras, right? Because it's one of the... I just have to mention something very quickly. We tend to say that the lower chakras, like the root, the sacral chakra, or navel chakra, and our... anyway, the 3 lower chakras, they are, and even the solar plexus, they are like connected to our practical daily life, and they are earthly matter chakra, so to speak. So it's very connected to here, our life here, our incarnation. But our heart acts as a bridge between the lower chakras and the higher chakras. And the higher chakras are, of course, there is the throat, third eye, and crown chakra, and above.
Well, so below and above. So that's, in a nutshell, you can think of it that way, and when you reach the heart chakra, that is below and above. And the heart chakra, to me, is it's an interesting chakra in itself, because that one, when we're in our when we're in our divine self, our pure self, that chakra just bursts out. It's really obvious to me visually when someone's grounded and connected. All the other chakras prior to that are just spinning normally. Their colors are beautiful. So the heart center is definitely, I think, the most important, of course, chakra. So moving on from the first, we go into the second, which is the sacral chakra. And the sacral helps inform how we relate to our emotions and the emotions of others. It also covers creativity and sexual energy. I just gotta laugh because it's, when you kind of piece creativity with sexual energy, it kind of makes sense. As weird as that sounds, and the reason I say that is, as if, for instance, you go to see someone who's a musician. You go to a concert, and there you enjoy that music, right? And there's that heightened state you get into. That energy vibrates extremely high. It vibrates sexual energy. It's the best way to describe it. I think that's why they're very closely connected, the creativity side and the sexual energy side. Okay, so those with a blocked sacral chakra could feel a lack of control in their lives, which makes a lot of sense because that's the blocking of our creative side. And that's located in the lower abdomen, about 2 inches below the navel. And what it controls is your sense of abundance, well-being, pleasure, and sexuality, like I said. And the mantra for that would be, I always honor others, but not before myself. The color of that chakra is orange, and the element with that chakra is water. So, it's quite interesting when you start getting into some of the information and what it's all connected to. And I'm just, because of the amount of time we have, guys, so I try to get into it fairly quickly so we can take your calls and answer your messages. So I'll kind of condense some information just to give you a basis of what each chakra is. And then I'm going to move into one more before we hit the bottom of the hour. And then when Anne is done with that, we'll get into questions and your guys' phone calls. So moving on to the third, which is the solar plex chakra, the third chakra. The solar plex chakra speaks to your ability to be confident and in control of your life. Think back to the last time you had butterflies or felt a pit in your stomach. That's the solar plex chakra at work. Your solar plex chakra, if your solar plex chakra is blocked, you might feel overwhelming amounts of shame and self-doubt. Those with open sacral chakras feel free to express their true selves. Really quick, are you having trouble hearing me at all, Cynthia?
Not at all.
No? Okay.
No.
I'm just making sure.
No.
And yeah, guys, I'm more or less just running through some notes I have here that I'm reading off to you. So sorry if it sounds more reading, just because I took a bunch of notes. So apologize for that. Let me just finish up with some of the information. The location, of course, is in the upper abdomen in the stomach area, and what it controls is self-worth, self-confidence, and self-esteem. The mantra for that is self-love starts when I can accept all parts of myself. The color to that chakra is yellow, and the element is fire. So just to give you the information on the third. And then, Sissy, I see we come to the bottom of the hour. If you want to take that,
okay.
And then we'll start taking some messages and phone calls.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. It feels like
Good.
I just we have been talking kind of thing. But anyway, it's the bottom of the hour, and just want to tell you all that we really love to talk to you. So it's a great time to get your spot in the queue. Call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number. You can call us for questions or share a story with us, or why not get a free mini reading live on air, a psychic reading. Press 1 to talk with us live on the show, or go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live to listen live and text chat with us during our show, and scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And today we are actually holding open lines and giving psychic advice and talking about the chakras and their meaning, plus your calls, of course, for questions and mini readings. And thank you for your patience. We come to you in a little bit. And once again, we'd love to talk to you. So call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, or why not join us at scrollsofthesoul.com/live in the chat room. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Sue for a personal reading, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/N. And if you call into our show, remember to press 1 to talk with us live on the show. On the show, and we just long to talk to you. And we have listeners in 27 countries and growing. We are very proud of that. Our next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is next Thursday, February 18th, 2021, with Soul Sister Show and host Sue and Ann talking about numerology, plus your calls for questions and mini readings live on air as usual. We'll be on 10 a.m. Pacific in the U.S., 6 p.m. London, 7 p.m. Sweden, and 8 p.m. Greece in Europe. And you can keep yourself updated on our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming, and listen to past episodes at scrollsofthesoul.com/past. So if you just remember scrollsofthesoul.com/ is easy. Upcoming, past, host, guest, whatever you want to find, right? It's very easy. And we are always a live calling worldwide radio, broadcasting today's show from Arizona in the U.S. and Rhodes in Greece. I almost said Stockholm, Sweden, but not yet. Soon, but not yet. And you can find us on YouTube. Search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio directly on YouTube. And please subscribe and like our videos. Now let's get back to the show. Sissy?
Yeah, I almost thought you were going to say that, Stockholm, Sweden. That's funny. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you.
Okay. All right, do we have any questions in the chat room before I move over to callers?
Yeah, we have a question. So I'm going there to see what it says. Lil Fairy, this is for you. So Lil Fairy says, hello, Anne and Sue. I'd be grateful for a message, please. Last Tuesday, I left my temporary job, and my female coworkers organized a farewell party for me. I was almost in tears and didn't expect to feel this way. They wished me luck, and in spite of the drama at times and how difficult they were, I'm truly going to miss them. Joining the new job on Monday and a little bit apprehensive about the working hours. Thanks. Okay, do you want to start, Sissy?
Sure. Right away, I could feel her sadness, maybe a little bit of, did I make the right move? And quite honestly, you did. So don't regret the move. And it's interesting because Ann and I were talking not too long ago about things that come to an end and then things that start anew. So while it might feel hard and harsh to close out something, maybe even a little negative, there's something brand new on the horizon. So when it's brand new, it's scary but exciting at the same time. So you're heading in the right direction as far as I feel, energetically, and it's brand new. So while you're closing out one chapter, which is absolutely okay to do, you're starting a new chapter, which is great. That's the good thing. I wish you absolutely all the best with that, and congratulations. Sissy?
Yes, I have something too. And the first thing that came to me is that despite that things were feelings from time to time kind of challenging in your old work with drama and, not being able to cooperate so well or have a sense of things going on, you did actually exit with the best energy ever, because it's like they showed you how much they appreciate you, and I feel warm within when it comes to how they made a party for you. So it shows that even if we act badly sometimes, some people actually know, and they are not always 100% conscious of what they are doing. So what we can do is we can forgive. That's coming very strongly, and it's like everything was guided and put into place for you. So when we exit something with that kind of energy, there is no energetic cords that are remaining. So that's absolutely wonderful. And for the new beginning for you, yes, exactly. They showed how they appreciated, indeed, and it was healing, yes. And it feels like you are in for a big, positive, wonderful, happy change in the future here. And you are obviously right in it. But it feels to be a big one, and I have a sense that it will be a busy time ahead for you, learning some new things, kind of rooting yourself in your new job. But I also wish you congratulations, really. Good luck. You deserve it. Okay?
Yeah,
Do you have anything
second
more
that.
to see?
Yeah, I second your statement on that. Congratulations. I know it hasn't been easy. Ann and I are aware of some of the ups and downs, but you're on a new journey, and that's a great thing. So yeah, congratulations. Okay, would you like me to move over to phone calls, Sissy?
Yes, if you want to.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Hello, caller.
Hello.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Jessica from New Jersey.
Hi, Jessica. Welcome.
Hi,
Ooh,
Jessica.
That's a little scratchy.
Hello.
Were you doing something?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was picking up my dog's poop.
Gotcha. Got it.
Okay.
Sorry about that. You caught us in the middle of a bathroom break. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yep, that's life. Not a problem. What's going on?
So my question had to do with I've been really tired lately. Like I just kind of sort of I kind of feel fine, and then I like bottom out with my energy. And I mean, in all fairness, I mean, I'm not just sitting on the couch and taking naps, but which I probably should do. But I don't know, just wondering what that's about. I mean, I like being in action, and I always feel like in order to manifest things, you have to be high energy. And I mean, this could be a limited belief of mine, but I like getting really excited for things. I've been on a roll of manifesting things, so I really wanted to bring in more stuff this week. It's already Thursday,
right.
And I've been tired all week.
Right. Okay, so, I'm glad, I'm really glad you called. I'm going to tell you why. The month of February, you're not alone in that feeling. It's going to be draining for about 3 weeks total, a little less than 3 weeks, maybe 18 days, 19 days, around there. We're all going to actually feel that energetically. there's more going on this month than a lot of people realize. And I won't go into that too much, but I just will say that a lot of us are feeling the same way. It's just kind of sluggish and tired and not ourselves. It's not really anything too bad, but we're all kind of feeling that. But it's going to start to turn around about the third week of the month. Things will start to pick up. And by March, we will all have kind of shed that tired feeling for sure. And things will start energetically moving up for all of us. You know, I didn't even look, to tell you the truth, if we're in retrograde. We may very well be.
Are.
Yeah, I didn't even look. There are certain tools Anna and I have that we use to look, and that we have really great tools to look at the month. In this month, you are exactly right. You're not the only one. You're not the only one. We're all feeling a sense of tiredness. So just recognize that, you know, that the energies are affecting you. Do a little bit of grounding work. You're outside right now, so it's a perfect time, you know, to do some grounding work. And
okay.
And just connect, you know, below and above. So that's kind of what my 2 cents is on it. Let me see if Anne has a little more she'd like to add. Sissy?
Yes. Hi. Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
And it is a little bit of a weird time. That's very diplomatic to say, right? So, of course, it's going to affect us, and it affects everybody. But sometimes, if we are very sensitive, we are being more affected because it kind of gets into us. We sense it stronger somehow. And we are also, not only is it a little bit of a challenging time in the world in general, but it's also Mercury retrograde, and Mercury retrograde is not something that in itself is negative, but it's usually affecting us mostly in communication. So when anything that has to do with communication, and this Mercury retrograde will keep on until February 21st, if I remember correctly. I think it's 21st. And for some of us, it's also, I'm one of them, and I know that Sue is also another one that usually has challenges with anything technical. So a cell phone, a computer, anything electrical or technical, it's going to be acting a little weird at this time. And I don't know why that happens, but it does. So when it comes to communication, the best we can do is, instead of trying to fight the energy and to fight against it affecting us, try to flow with it. That's going to make you feel less tired, less drained. And if you feel tired, it's a great time right now to listen to your body, because you may need to relax. And sometimes, even if we are in times of manifestation, we are taking breaks sometimes, and there's a calmer period coming, and it feels like you are in that calmer period. And sometimes we don't have patience, and I can fully understand that, because I don't always have patience either. And, you know, we want to proceed, and we want to do this, and we want to do that, but sometimes it's like we are stopped. So now there are so many things going on, and at the same time, and I sense that's maybe why the pace in your life right now is a little bit slow, but don't despair. It's only temporary, and it's only right now, so it's going to pace up again. So it's a really great time to just be with you and cherish yourself. And sometimes we try to hit ourselves because we sense that you're so good and you usually do so many things, and you know, there's a drive in us. But have some patience with yourself and just acknowledge that. Try to enjoy this time. I know that's very easy to say, I know. Not always feeling the same, because I can feel that impatience. I'm someone who's used to do things all the time, and you know, I don't know if anything of this makes sense to you.
Yeah, I know. I guess I was just, you know what it was? I was just really feeling very good energy and like these things about to manifest, and really they are still about to manifest. So I'm just reframing that. It's not like I have to keep pushing and being out there and like you slow down to receive, which I was having this conversation with myself the other day too, but yet that tiredness comes through, and then I see it seems to make me confused again or upset or whatever. So
I fully understand, but just go with it right now as it is, because it's in there. It's going to come. It's going to come through into manifestation. It's just not. Sometimes it doesn't happen either in the way we can figure out with our mind, because we get where we want to be usually, but it's not going to be as we are thinking it is going to be. And sometimes it's not going to be in the pace and the time frame we think of. So many times it can be either much slower or way faster. Right?
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, it's still happening. I'm gonna just affirm that again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Sue,
One more
thank
final
you very
thing,
much.
Jessica.
Thank you.
Sure.
Before you go, I just have a quick question. Have you been feeling a little foggy in the head, like your thoughts aren't quite I don't know how to explain it. Just kind of that fogginess in the head.
I relate that just to the tiredness. Like
right.
Sometimes I'm just too tired that I can't even journal to process things.
Yeah. Right. It's a little more difficult to write, right, than normal, where you could write anything, and now it's just become a little more difficult.
Just let it be. Because usually when I write, I'm manifesting. It's very specific what I'm doing. So lately, it's kind of been like Spirit's just been saying, or I guess I've just been kind of making the call of like, just put down the journal and just stare out into space, or just breathe, or like you're just tired. Like you're just tired.
Right. Yeah.
But it's. I guess the only way now I'm standing outside while I'm speaking with you guys, and I feel better when I'm outside. So it's like, well, why don't you just go outside every day? Like, why are you, sometimes it's like so hard just to like get yourself out of the routine of like, get off the computer. That's what's making you tired. And go outside.
Well, on a subliminal level, on the computer, there's so much subliminally that you may not be seeing on that conscious level, but that's there on the unconscious. So you're correct in that. Get outside, because once you're outside, you've got, below and above, or above and below, however you want to look at it. And you're just kind of connecting in that state, energetically. And, you need fresh air. We need to breathe fresh air. Nothing wrong with that. Do that. But like I said earlier, don't fret so much about it. It's just going to be this way, and I think we have about 8 or 9 more days where we're all going to kind of feel a little lethargic. But going outside is excellent to do. It's an excellent thing to do, and keep doing it, because you're going to vibrationally raise. So I hope that
just confirmed that for me. All right, thank you. I'll go do that. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you.
You too. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. What she says is so true, Sissy. Just through some of the things we're looking at for this month, so that definitely makes sense. And I didn't even know, quite honestly, that we were in retrograde. I hadn't even looked. So.
Yeah, and usually I tend to forget also, because trying to not focus too much on it, because we can work with the energies rather than going against them. But some energies obviously are more challenging for us, and I'm laughing when I'm saying it, because that's not my favorite time of the year, but I know it because I have someone else who is an astrologer. I'm not actually one, so I know that you are better than me when it comes to astrology, actually. And I just knew it, so I put it in my mind because it's affecting me. It does, and I know it's affecting you too, right?
Yep, it sure is. I also want to let you guys know that are on the board. I see I've got a number here that has not hit 1. And Ann and I both had stated earlier, if you don't hit 1, then it just tells me you want to listen to us rather than us take your phone call. So if any of our callers want us to take the call, please hit 1 and I'll see that on the board and we'll grab your call. Okay.
Yes,
Sissy,
please, don't be shy.
Yeah, I'm going to grab a call, so just hang on one sec. Hello, caller.
Hi.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Lisa, Arizona.
Lisa in Arizona. Hey.
Hi, Lisa.
Sorry? Is it
welcome.
Wet? Is it cold? Oh,
no. It said welcome.
Oh,
what could we? Sure. What could we do for you?
Well, I just showed a property that I own to some people, and I'm wondering if you need to see me selling anything this month, because I have a few things to sell regarding property.
Yes. To answer your question, yes.
Oh, good.
Are you're selling more than one property, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. But what I'm actually seeing is some investors coming in out of state. Have you had offers coming in from out of state?
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's active. It's an active market, sure, of course. But, signing on the bottom line and having the cash in pocket are two different things.
Right. Well, that's going to happen. I'm actually seeing, I'm looking at two states, actually. Washington and California is where I see some investors who want to purchase. They're also going to be willing to throw down some cash to make that happen.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. They'll. Have you had any recent properties that have gone sight unseen sales? Like, the person didn't come physically look, but they just offered because they saw it, advertised.
Yeah, what? One group of people, or two of them, and they are based in California, and I didn't know if they were legitimate. They, they called me, and then I started describing the property, and they were going, "Oh, really?" And I said, "Didn't you see it? You didn't see the pictures?" And so then I wouldn't hear back from them for a long time, and then they'd come back and say, "Well, we want to buy it." So I'd send them the contract, and then they'd call me at night, "Did you send the contract?" And I did, and now I haven't heard back from them for a few weeks. And so I don't even know if they're playing games. I have no idea what's going on.
Right. Are you the agent of these properties?
Why? Why does it make a difference?
No, I'm just curious. You don't have to answer. I'm sorry. It was just kind of a general question, but
I know the industry, and I work in the industry, and
got it. Yeah.
It's just we're on the radio, and sometimes I get a little squirmish, when
I completely understand. That's why I backed off from the question. So I understand that.
Yeah.
Arizona, Arizona is a selling market right now, right? You're pretty much aware of that, right?
I know. Let me just put it like this. I know everything about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I was just calling for a psychic energy reading. That's all.
Okay. Sure. Right. So just something very in general?
Well, if you see me landing a contract this month or, maybe next month, early in the month, putting money in my pocket, that'd be great. That would be wonderful.
I'm dowsing your question, actually, and I'm not seeing this month per se, but keep up what you're doing. But it's going to come by March, definitely by March, maybe the first week. The documents, I see signing of documents, so yeah, just continue in your in what you're doing, I guess is the best way I could say it.
Okay.
I am going to.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's what I see, but let me ask Anne if there's anything she can add for you. Anne?
Yes.
Do you have more?
Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Anne.
My sense. Hi. So for you, I have a sense that sometimes there are so many things going on behind the scenes or beneath the surface or however one wants to express it. So it feels like there are many things going on, but they are not very apparent right now, and they are not very something that you can touch and see and sense that I can see progression here. But I do have a sense that there will be a great progression. So I can't either say a specific timeline, but it feels for me like if I say within the time frame of a month, that's what I said. So 4 weeks, a month, sometime, plus minus a little bit when it comes to timelines. So it can be, like Sue said, in March sometime then. And it feels like it's going to be even better than you have been thinking right now. So if you, it feels like at least 2, maybe more. And that it will be maybe together with someone. I'm not sure because I see someone, he feels to be connected to work. And this man is someone who is, he's a mature man, but he's under plus minus 40 or maybe younger than 40. Maybe you are cooperating. Maybe there's something. I don't really know, but it feels good. It doesn't feel bad. And it feels like you are going to feel good. Maybe it's not going to be, millions, but you are going to see progression. You're going to see that, okay, it's actually I can see that I proceed forward. Does that make sense?
Okay. Oh, I embrace that. Yeah, it's so positive. Thank you. Do you see anything with these people? I met some people today. In fact, I'm leaving that area. I met them. I showed them around the property. Do you see them interested or not really? Not their own representation, but
okay. I have a sense that they are interested. Sorry, Cici, are you answering that?
No, I'm listening to you.
No?
I'm listening to you.
Okay. Because someone cut into, that's, I didn't really know. So, no,
sorry,
it feels like, okay. I'm sorry I lost it. It feels like there's a little bit of a strange energy in the air sometimes, and it feels like to be that actually right now. But I have a sense that those people you showed things today, they are interested, but they are not going to be very fast. I think they will take their time. And maybe they need time to think. So they will probably end up buying something, but it will probably take some time. That's what I'm sensing. Cici, Sue, do you have anything about this?
Only to just reiterate what you said just a tiny bit earlier when you said, you're not really seeing a possible time, like maybe a month, and I'm in agreement with that. But this specific sale or interest, I'm not really. I want to ask more questions, but I don't. I just prefer not to right now because, like you said, there are kind of privacy issues. So I won't ask them then. I'll just leave it be. And yeah, as far as sales overall, having sales of property, yeah, that's coming about for you. It's going to happen. So just hang in there this month. It's definitely going to happen.
So it's probably, well, see, I have had, like there was a guy and he and his wife, but I spoke mainly to him. He wanted information on it. He said he specializes in this particular, he was, I haven't heard from him in a couple of weeks. I don't know if he changed his mind. He starts with T as in Tom. And so is it someone new that I've never talked to, or is it maybe one of these folks that I have talked with and sent them the requested information that they were asking for on the property?
Okay.
You know, they were making inquiries, and I sent them as much information as I possibly could, and I said, you know, let me know if you have any other questions.
Okay.
And so it could be someone new coming in on
Yeah,
the scene.
I have a sense that about this. Okay. What happened? Hello?
Are you
I'm
there,
here.
Sissy?
Oh, yeah, I am. Oh,
Yeah, I'm here. Lisa, are you there?
I'm here. Yeah, Lisa's here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Sorry for that. I feel it's a very weird. I sense it's not about us. It's about the energy out in the world. But this guy, this person, if you ask about the one that I saw, it feels like this is someone new. Maybe he's more like, you may have seen him or talked to him, but you haven't interacted with him before. No, I don't sense that. But he feels like he brings in the energy of a new person. But it feels to be very successful. Very successful.
Oh, nice. Nice. Well, you ladies have been so wonderful, and thank you for being there for us in Radio Land, you know.
Oh.
Thank you too for calling us. And, you know, like Sue says, keep us updated on how it's going. And please call again.
Are you new to the air? Is your show new to the air? Or has it just been on and I've missed it?
We are on every Thursday at the same time. It's 10 Pacific, which here in Arizona it would be 11 for us. Every Thursday we have a website called scrollsofthesoul.com. And so we're always here. And most of our callers usually find us through Blog Talk. I'm not sure where you had found us or where you had seen that. Some see us through Facebook. Okay. Yeah, but we're here every week.
Oh, well, thank you so much. You've been so supportive and helpful. I really thank you. And I guess maybe I've been working during these hours and just kind of missed your show. But thank you. You guys are really, you know, from the goodness of your hearts to us, you know, that's so appreciative.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. That's absolutely sweet. Well, listen, good luck with everything.
Thank you, Lisa.
It's all going to work out. Like Ann said, keep us informed, okay? I would be curious how it all unfolds. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye now.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, Sissy. You ready for another phone call? Kind of just looking at the time we have.
Absolutely. Yes, we have time. Go for it.
Okay. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name's Ray. I'm calling from California.
Hi, Ray. Welcome.
Hi, Ray.
Hi. So I'm a first-time listener and first-time caller. Tell me if I'm doing this right, and if I'm not, just let me know what's the best way to do it. I had a question. If you can help me out with my career, is that how this works?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm just frustrated trying to find a job. I've applied at 2 different places, and I don't even know if I'm going to get a call back. And I was just wondering, you know, what you see for me or what you see in the next few months. I'm just trying my best to get a job in the career that I like or that I'm in.
Right. Yeah. I'm actually seeing. Hi, Ray. This is Sue. So I'm going to jump in
Hi,
first
Sue.
for you, and then ask Ann after I'm done. Callie overall is struggling. That's just evident with everybody, right? Are you willing to move? Have you take
I
those
prefer
steps?
not to. I want to stay
Okay.
in my hometown.
Gee. Are there, okay, so what I'm actually seeing is home work from home right now. I'm not asking you if you do that, and I'm not even asking if you've applied for that, okay? I'm just seeing that, and it kind of looks like, it looks to me like you would be taking phone calls, handling some financial affairs, and there's some training first that occurs outside of the home, and then you can have that ability to work from home. But I'm not seeing a specific time on it, so I really can't catch a number right now. But there is that opportunity. I mean, that opportunity will come. I don't know if that's a line of work you've done or one in which you may have to say, okay, I'll try that because, I just need something for now. So, yeah, what jumps out, the one word that jumps out at me, quite honestly, is electronic. I don't know if that makes sense. If you know anything about it, if it's kind of outside of your normal way of doing things, but that word definitely comes out, electronic. So, does that make sense at all, Ray?
Yeah, no,
Any
it
of
does.
that? Okay. All right. I'm going to actually continue kind of seeing if I can see a little more and ask Ann to kind of jump in, see what she can give to you. Sissy?
Okay. Hi, Ray. This is Ann here.
Hello.
So it's so nice to connect with you. We are so happy that you called in, right?
Likewise, thank you.
And when it comes to work, it feels like it is a little bit of a fight, but it's not in only a negative sense. But maybe this is also an energy that is still remaining with you because it has been like fighting for something. And of course, it's a hard thing because we need to support ourselves. No matter how much we think in a spiritual sense, we still need a roof over the head. We need to have clothes on and we need to eat, right? So we need to support ourselves. But it feels like, right now it feels like it's coming up as a challenge, but there are opportunities coming. And I know that you said that you would like to stay in your hometown, but I have a feeling if you can broaden your area, the area you search for work just a little bit, and maybe considering if you can go somewhere that's not too far away, but maybe a little more than you have been considering, I sense you have a better possibility. I'm not seeing anything specific, but if you said electronics is usually right, so there's something when it comes to electronics, can be anything that's connected to electronics basically. And I do have a feeling that there will be an opening coming soon. So in a few weeks of time, it's always hard to predict timelines, but it feels like this can be a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, up to 4. I don't sense it's going to take longer, but then the energy around you will change. And from having that sense that you are hanging upside down and not really knowing what to do, I feel that you will have clarity and you will probably have found a job. I'm not shown anything specific when it comes to the job, but it feels like you, yes. Go ahead.
That's pretty funny because I just want to say what you just said resonated with me. Yeah, what did you say? You said that I'm hanging upside down and I'm not knowing where I'm going. Is that what you said? Right?
Yes. Yes.
That's exactly how I feel, and I feel disheartened, frustrated. I don't want to say depressed yet, but just frustrated that I don't know. I've submitted my resume. Probably submitted 9 different resumes, and I haven't even gotten a call back. I had one employer. I saw that he looked at my LinkedIn, but that was it. And so, but I hope what you're saying really comes to fruition. It would be really helpful.
I have a sense it will, but of course I can't promise because I'm not divine source, right? Now I'm making a joke also. But it feels very strongly that you are going to find something. And, when we feel upside down, there's always another and different pole of the same energy. So when I feel that everything is a challenge, I can, even if I'm not being in that specific moment, in a spiritual sense, I can use my thoughts and my soul to try to work myself until the other end, because what happens is that I waste my energy and open up the doors for myself. Does that make sense? But it's fully understandable that you feel upside down. I do understand it, but I feel you will celebrate soon. So move forward. Go for it. Okay?
Okay.
Thank
you very much for
your
your help.
Anything more. Thank you very much. Sue, do you have anything more?
I want to just confirm everything, right, that Ann said to you. But there is one thing I got. So while Ann was talking to you, I did ask you for a timeline. Could I get, how many weeks, let's say? What I got was 4 to 6, possibly around April. So don't feel too disheartened. I know it each day sometimes can feel really long and slow, but it will turn around. And know that you're not alone in that same feeling you're talking about. But as a sensitive, because you are sensitive, Ray, and I know you know that, you get affected energetically. Just a few minutes ago, before you called in, we were talking about energies and the chakras and all that, and your chakras clearly get affected. And we are in that time where it's retrograde. Even I wasn't aware that it was retrograde until Ann said something. So you will feel the weight of it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But just know it's temporary.
When I feel, you're right, when I'm sensitive, because when I'm around, it's very specific people. It's once in a while, but when I'm around very energetic people, when I mean energetic, they can be like calm, and they can be calm and very quiet. When I'm around them, it's like my body is jolted by electricity just by being around them. And they kind of look at me like, are you okay? And I'm like, you know what? This is going to sound weird, but you're good people. Or if I'm around friends, I'm like, we need to watch out for them. We need to stay away from them. They kind of look at me. They're like, you just met them. And I go, I know, there's just something off. Right. And it turns out that I'm right. And I mean, and there's even some cases where on a scale of 1 to 10, I put it like at a 3 or a 2 when I'm in a parking lot and I can sense there's something around me, but I look and there's no one around me. But I know that there's something there. And I just kind of shrug my shoulders and I say, okay, I'm just sensitive to something. But I don't take it further than that.
Right. No, that's awesome. That's awesome because that's your gift. You're very gifted. And remember, earlier I said electricity, right? So I saw electricity. And you just talked about energy, so to speak. And so there is something very powerful within you energetically that you're extremely sensitive to energy, other people's energy, and very perceptive, whether this is a good energy or a not so good energy. So you're correct, and you've always been correct.
When I'm around people who have really good energy, it's like I'm really sucked in a good way. Like I'm given a bolt, like recently, because I work in politics. Over the last few months, I met a friend. Her and her husband came, moved over from another state. And not only was I sucked in by her energy, but her and her husband have just given me a new jolt in life, in a sense. It's like,
nice.
oh, man, where have you guys always been?
Right. Yeah, that's
wow.
awesome. And that's really amazing. And that's kind of exciting. I don't know if you're willing to kind of take an hour or two a day and do a little work, grounding work, just a little bit to ground some of those energies, because they can't, as much as they're exciting for you when it happens, it's circular, right? So if you meet someone with that negative pull, you're going to feel it. You're going to really feel it, and it feels like shit. I mean, there's no other way of saying it. It just does, right? So yeah, just make sure to do a little grounding work, where you maybe meditate a little. I don't know if you've ever done that.
Uh-huh.
Try it. You just don't know.
Okay.
Try it. Try it out in nature. Pick a spot you like and just do it for an hour, and then get back into the real world. Which, oh boy, I feel sorry for you. You said politics. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
that's my career. That's what I'm in.
Yeah, right. No, I'm just teasing with that.
Yeah.
I'm not asking any questions. Okay,
yes.
It's just a joke. Listen, right, we're on every Thursday. Keep us informed. I would kind of be curious how things, end up coming out for you.
All right. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
And thank you, Ray. And actually, I just want to chime in and say something at the last minute here, because your name also, your name, Ray, like a ray of light, right? So that's wonderful. That's a sign by itself. So keep that in mind. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have
Thank
a
you
good
so
day,
much.
Ray.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a
Bye.
good day.
That was awesome, Sissy. That was extremely well said. Your name, Ray. A ray of sunshine.
Yes.
You're exactly right on that. Yeah.
Isn't that fascinating,
Yeah.
And sometimes things are so obvious, a ray of light. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Right. Wow. Okay, I see. I don't see any more callers for us. And how's the chat room doing? Was there anything going on in the chat room?
Okay, we have someone here, engaged being. Okay. Hi, engaged being. Engaged being is actually Sonia.
Oh, okay.
I know you're listening, Sonia. So we love you and we miss you too. We miss you. Hi, my two blondes. Love you both. Yes, and we love you too. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
how
wonderful.
are you doing, Sonia?
That's beautiful.
I hope all is well with you. We're always catching Sonia towards the end of the show, huh? And Sonia, you're always welcome to call in. It always seems to be right towards the end.
But yes, Sonia said yes, I do.
Yeah.
So you hear us, we know that, and we do understand because she's not in the U.S., so maybe that's hard sometimes. Okay.
Is she?
No, she's not in the U.S. She's in France. Right.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Isn't she? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, we'd like to say thank you to everyone for calling us and entrusting us with your questions. I can never say this enough. We really are quite humble and appreciative that you guys always give us a call. And we're always thrilled to meet new people from around the world. We really enjoy it. And we really do care and care deeply for what it is we do, because we know it's really a tough time for a lot of people. So, just wanted to put that out there. Really quick, Sissy. I think Sonia wanted to ask a quick question. I'm going to look at the time that we have. We've got a few minutes if you're up for a question from Sonia. Go ahead, Sonia.
Yes, absolutely.
Just give us 1 second, guys, and see what she has to say. Sonia, it might be better to call in, girl, rather than type if you're able to call in.
I don't know where she's typing it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now something came.
Okay. I think I will go back. Wow.
I'll let you answer that one, okay?
Okay. All right. So the question is, do we think that she would go back to Hawaii, and that is she able to get a visa through the U.S.? Not exactly right now as it stands, and that has nothing to do so much with, giving the visas out per se. It's that everyone is still in this kind of lockdown mode, and this is just country by country's decision. And even in France, it seems like it would be a little difficult to get out of France, let alone get into the U.S. So I'm not really seeing a timeline here. I'm just seeing that kind of like lockdown. Everyone's in lockdown. Everyone's sick of lockdown. Okay. She said they blocked her for 2 years. That's funny because I was seeing 2. That the 2 years are done. Give it a try. Make sure all that paperwork, okay, if you're going to do it, fill out that paperwork and make sure it's correct, though. Do not get anything wrong on that paperwork, because that's what would prevent you. But remember, like I said, you're not the only person having any issues here in the States, if that makes sense. Quite people having some trouble coming in. But the paperwork is what I see is important. I'm going to ask Ann to jump in and see what Ann has to say. Sissy?
Yes, I'm here. I was just thinking of the end of show stuff. But anyway, hi Sonia, we love you very much. And I have a sense that you can, when things will settle down in the world and when things will be more normalized, no one can actually say when, but it feels like you are going to be able to go to Hawaii, but I'm not very sure. It feels like you go by yourself. I don't know if that makes sense for you. It doesn't for me, but I'm saying it to you as it's coming. But it feels like it may take a very long time before things have settled enough so that you actually can go on and for visa. There are so many things that need. I'm sorry to say that. I don't want to sound negative, but it feels like the world needs to come back into its energy, and of course it will someday, but it takes time. I hope that makes sense, Sonia. I'm so sorry. And Sissy, what do you say? Are we going to wrap it up?
Yes, ma'am.
Because we don't have so much time. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Sonia, for your question.
Thank you, Sonia. We love you very, very, very much. And I know that you asked something else in the closed chat room there, and I go in there and answer you in a little bit, or if Sue wants to do that. But anyway, we will reach out to you, okay? On today's show, we have been holding open lines and giving psychic advice and discussing the chakras and their meaning, and just a little bit, actually, because we didn't have time enough to talk about all the chakras. But anyway, a little bit here, a little bit there. We talked about the chakras another time, too, so we fill up with more information. And we have been taking your calls. We just love to take your calls and interact with you. And as usual, our callers have been extraordinary, and as well as our lovely people in the chat room. So thank you so much for interacting with us. And our next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is next Thursday, February 18th, 2021, with Soul Sister Show and hosts Sue and Anne. And we will talk about numerology. Wonderful. That's exciting. And we'll be on same time as usual, 10 a.m. Pacific in the US, 6 p.m. London, 7 p.m. Sweden, and 8 p.m. Greece in Europe. And we take your calls as usual for questions and free mini readings live on air, or why not in the chat room. So you can listen to replays of all our shows anytime at scrollsofthesoul.com/past. Can keep yourself updated on upcoming shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. And you can listen live and text chat with us during all our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne or Sue, for a personal reading, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And if we didn't have a chance to take your call today, please call into our next show. And we just love to interact with you. And thank you all for listening and calling in. And we are back next Thursday, February 18th, talking about numerology, plus your calls for questions and mini readings live on air. So, Sue, do you have anything you want to tell the listeners before the show ends?
Again, just a heartfelt thank you. We really feel quite honored, and we really are so grateful that you guys call in and that you're also in the chat room. So thank you, everyone. And for everyone else around the world who also takes a listen, thank you to you guys as well. That being said, just a quick shout out to my mom. Angels watch over you all night long. Sissy?
Yes, and I say love, life, peace, and joy to all of you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.